Social Justice, Charlottesville. I'm here today with a couple of my comrades, Romper there in the back and Molly. We're here for several reasons, including the main speaker today, but mainly because this is a solidarity fight, and so, we're fighting to get the statues removed in Charlottesville. We're also fighting to build a network of solidarity from Charlottesville to Lexington to Roanoke to Durham and across the South to get all of these monuments taken down. I can give you all kind of a quick update of where things stand in Charlottesville because it's kind of a symbolic center of this movement. Before I do that, I do want to just say how important and meaningful it was when the folks in Durham did what they did after August 11th and 12th. Many of you were there in Charlottesville on August 11th and 12th. And there's a lot of hurt coming out of those days, and still a lot of hurt in Charlottesville, and that was so meaningful and important to us when our comrades down in Durham pulled that. Allegedly, people may or may not have allegedly removed that Confederate monument in Durham. That really meant a lot to us in a period where we were really hurting in Charlottesville. So thank you for that. Just to give you all a quick update so you know where things stand in Charlottesville, there are actually 3 Confederate monuments in the middle of downtown Charlottesville. 2 that everybody know about, that's the Robert E. Lee Monument and the Stonewall Jackson Monument that sit in the middle of the main city parks in downtown Charlottesville. There's actually a 3rd monument right near the Jackson statue, just a Confederate soldier monument. That actually technically stands on county property, and as many of you know, in Virginia, cities and counties are entirely different government entities, so we tend to focus on the Lee and Jackson statues. There actually has been very little done about the Confederate soldier monument on county property. But where things stand with the big Lee and Jackson statues are that in early 2017, after about a year of study and debate, the Charlottesville City Council voted 3-2 to remove the Robert E. Lee statue from where it stands, but keep the Jackson statue in place but recontextualize it. We told them that was a mistake. We told them that both of those statues needed to be removed because they were emblems of violent white supremacy and magnets to white supremacists, violent white supremacists. Sure enough, they showed up on August 11th and 12th, caused all the damage and hurt that they did. Immediately after that, after August 12th, the Charlottesville City Council voted unanimously 5-0 to remove both the Lee and Jackson statues from the city parks in Charlottesville. So that's actually the law right now in Charlottesville. They passed a unanimous resolution that is law in the city of Charlottesville that these 2 statues should be removed. That law is currently not being allowed to be implemented by a group called the Monument Fund, who are working with the Sons of Confederate Veterans and are suing the city. And so the statues remain there. They're going to be there for a while this lawsuit progresses. Basically, the city's stance on the lawsuit is they know they're going to lose at trial. The local judge in Charlottesville has already pretty much signaled that the city is going to lose in his court. So they're waiting for it to be appealed up to the Virginia Supreme Court. They've set trial dates, 2 possible trial dates in Charlottesville regarding these statues. One possible trial date in October of this year, another possible trial date in January of 2019. And so basically there's going to be a bunch of stuff that's going on in the court up until those actual trials take place. Once the city loses at trial, they will then appeal it to the Virginia Supreme Court. And so we're kind of struggling in Charlottesville. It could be a while with these statues still in place. The big thing that's about to happen right now, as you all know, the statues are shrouded in mourning. The Sons of Confederate Veterans and Monument Fund have insisted to the judge that those shrouds be removed, and the judge is going to announce that decision on Monday. So those shrouds may be coming down sometime soon, which is going to be a hard day for the city. I'll just very quickly kind of summarize some factual things that I'm just going to put out there. Point of comparison to Durham, for example. The statues we have in Charlottesville are huge. If some imaginary person were to try to pull them down, you'd need like a truck and chains and things like that. And they would probably kill people if they landed on them. I mean, they are huge statues. So there's that. The one on county property is a lot more similar to the one in Durham. But yeah, they're huge statues. And in Virginia, we have a specific law, the War Memorials Law, that makes it a Class 6 felony were you to do any serious damage to those statues. So there's that. That's another kind of difference than North Carolina. There's a specific law just about these statues that makes it a Class 6 felony were anybody to do any significant damage to either of the monuments. The argument in court is that those laws don't apply to these monuments and that the city has the right to pull them down. We think they're right about that. The trial judge is wrong, but that statute is out there, kind of preventing action. So that's kind of the update of where things are. Yeah, Romper wanted to add something.
Yeah. So just to add to everything that he said. Whenever I go a new place, I just want to thank everybody for their acknowledgement of Charlottesville, because many of us are eyewitness survivors to the car attack, me then included, and the psychological trauma that has been inflicted upon us having to witness a comrade's death and a violent terrorist attack is permanent trauma that will never leave us. And something about the monuments that people, I think, forget to think about is that the reason why Nazis show up in our town pretty much every day is because of the statues. And our fight against the statues has, a product of that has been being stalked, being assaulted, being threatened to kill. One of my comrades has had songs and pictures of her being run over by a car, saying and drawn about her. I have been doxxed. People who I love have been doxxed. They have threatened to come to our houses. They have threatened to murder us. So this is not just a fight about a statue. It's a fight for our lives. And if we took the statues down, we know that these Nazis would at least stop showing up, because it's one thing to show up and be a Nazi in front of a rally